Welcome to 2-minute lessons and a bit more. What do you see? How do you think we are able to talk or sing, walk or run, dance or swim, lift or hold objects? You know, animals move around in search of food and shelter. All this happens by a system with organs and that are made up of different types of tissues, and tissues are made up of cells. The key areas in this lesson will help you understand how animal body functions, where do we find these tissues and cells, and the different types of tissues, and the kinds of cells present in these tissues that facilitate different functions. Let's get started. A tissue is a group of cells connected to each other that collectively perform similar functions in an organism. All the contents of the body, including structures and various organs, are made up of tissues. And there are four main types of tissues in animals. They are epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous tissue. In this lesson, I will take up epithelial and connective tissue. Epithelial tissues are made up of tightly packed cells that are layered together. They line the body surface. They are found in the lining of the mouth, nose, lining of the digestive system, glands, and skin. The cells along these tissues are tightly connected to each other. The epithelium does not contain blood vessels, so it gets its nutrients from connective tissues. Their functions include protection, absorption, and secretion. Epithelial cells are of different types, starting with squamous epithelial cells. They are closely packed. They are thin and flat cells and found in the lining of the esophagus, blood vessels, alveoli, and the inner cavities of the mouth. Skin, which protects the body, is also made up of epithelium. Skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear. This tissue lends protection against mechanical injuries and blocks any sort of germs from entering. The next type of epithelial cells, the columnar cells. Columnar epithelial tissue, mostly with column-like or pillar-like cells. They can be found in the lining of the intestine and the stomach. The important function is secretion and absorption. The columnar epithelial tissue often have cilia, and this is when they come to be known as ciliated epithelial tissue. These can be found in the kidney tubules, the respiratory tract. They help in the movement of material in a given direction. Moving on. Cuboidal epithelial cells. They are, as the name indicates, cube-shaped, form the lining of kidney tubule ducts, of the salivary glands and sweat glands. Epithelial cells often acquire additional specialization as gland cells, which can secrete substances at the epithelial surface. Sometimes a portion of this tissue folds inwards and a multicellular gland is formed. This is glandular epithelium. The second type of tissue is called the connective tissue. Connective tissues are made up of various cells. They are made up of cells, fibers like collagen, and have extracellular matrix. Connective tissues can be found abundantly located inside the body in a freely arranged form or in a matrix. You can find them in bone, fat, blood, and cartilage. Let us look at the different types of connective tissue. The various types of connective tissue include areolar, adipose, bone, cartilage, and fat. All cells are involved in secretion of collagen except for blood. The areolar connective tissue, they are found under the skin, surrounding nerves and blood vessels. Their main function is to repair tissues and provide support. Adipose connective tissue. They are the fat storing tissue found below the skin and in between internal organs. The cells of this tissue are filled with fat globules. Storage of fats also lets it act as an insulator. Bones. These form the skeletal structure of the body and have a characteristics of being rich in calcium and collagen fibers. They protect the body and are the location of blood cell production. Ligament. Another type of connective tissue is the ligament. It is very elastic and has considerable strength. Ligament contain very little matrix. They connect. Their function is to connect two bones together. Tendons connect muscles to bones and are another type of connective tissue. Tendons are fibrous tissue with great strength but limited flexibility. Cartilage, another type of connective tissue. It is present in the nose, ear, trachea, and larynx. It has widely spaced cells called chondrocytes. The solid matrix is composed of proteins and sugars. Cartilage smoothens bone surfaces at the joints. Just think of this. We can fold the cartilage of the ears, but we cannot bend the bones in our arms. Though they are tissues, how different they are from one another. That's all for now. We'll talk about the other types of tissues in my next lesson. Thank you for watching.